رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربي زدني علما. So in the previous classes, we learned from lesson 1 to lesson 6. So we learned about what are the three types of words, and we learned about attached pronouns, detached pronouns, and all those things. Does anyone have any questions or any doubts or anything they want to share it with the previous lessons? You can also type it on the chat box on Zoom or also on WhatsApp. If you don't have any questions or anything, if everything is clear with you, then we can start with the lesson 7, that is prepositions, inshallah. So anybody has any question? Okay, so I feel alhamdulillah it's all clear, and hope you all have all understood the previous lessons, inshallah. So yeah, what are the three types of words or kalimats we learned in our first lesson? You all just grab a book or a paper and a pen. You all can write the answers, because there are many silent listeners who don't want to say the answers loud. So what you can do is just write the answers on your paper with your pencil. And when I answer the questions, you can check it whether you have written it correct or no, because I want everyone to participate. I mean, like, some people can answer. If they want to answer, they can answer. If they don't want to answer, either they can type it on the chat box. And some people are not comfortable with typing on the chat box. They can write it on their book or a piece of paper. Okay, but I want you to participate, and whatever questions I ask, just write the answers. Okay, inshallah. And you can later correct it. So that way, you know where you're lagging, and you know where you have to be do the revision and everything. So yeah, what are the three types of kalimats which we learned in our first lesson? That is lesson number 1. Does anyone, you all remember? Okay, just write the answers. And if you want to say, you can say out loud. Anybody want to say the answer out loud? Three types of kalimat or words in Arabic which we learned in our first lesson. No one? Nobody wants to answer?
Ism, fail, and harf.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. What is ism? MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Very good. Ism, what is ism? Ism means noun. It could be place. Okay, I think I'm getting the disturbance. You can just write it down on your book. Okay. Ism is a name of place, object, or it could be idea, and we learned about idea, a lot of things that has name but you cannot touch it, like emotion, rotation, addition, subtraction, adjectives, adverbs. All those things are nouns. And what is a fi'l? Everyone write the definition of a fi'l on your notebook or on your book. What is a fi'l or a verb in Arabic? That is the second type of kalimats. The kalimats are of three types: ism, fi'l, and harf. Okay. So far, we have learned about ism, right? We learned about the pronouns. Even that is also an ism. And fi'l, we learned about the fi'l, like we did khalaqahu, khalaqahuma, like attached pronouns with a verb, right? A little bit about the verb. Verb is, it's an action, right? That somebody is doing the action, right? Like you have a doer, and he ran, he ate, he slept, right? So somebody is, or she ate, right? Somebody is doing the action, and it is in the either in the present tense or in the past tense or in the future tense. And what is the last type of kalimat? That is harf, right? Harf. And today we are going to learn about what exactly the harf is. We know the definition, right? Harf is a word other than a verb or a noun, such as a preposition. And it doesn't make sense, right? When I just say in, or if I just say at, right? It doesn't make any sense by itself. But when it comes with a noun or a verb, only then it makes sense. Like, at the park, like in the house, that makes sense. So today we are going to learn about lesson number 7, that is about preposition. That is preposition part 1. That is called as Huruf al-Jarr. Okay? You have to repeat after me. You don't have to unmute yourself. You can just repeat. Say it out loud. Huruful Jarr. Okay, why the word jar is used here? Jar. Anybody? If you have gone through the recording, you must be knowing. Okay. Yes, Sister Nazima or Sister Sabira Shakur, anyone want to answer? What do you mean by jar?
Because it drags.
It brings the marfu to kasra.
Very good, mashallah. Yes, Sister Sabira, you were saying something?
It drags down.
Mashallah, mashallah. Okay. So here, the preposition is a single letter or a word which consists of two nouns or a verb and a noun to form a sentence, which means that harf is a particle. This is a word that makes no sense without a word after it. Okay? Which means if I just say av, or if I just say at, or if I just say in or to, it doesn't mean anything, right? If I just say in, what does it mean? It means nothing. But when there is a word after it, only then it makes sense. If I say in the house, right? Like somebody's in the house, that makes sense. Or if I say the child is at the park, right? That makes sense, right? So huruful jar or the harf, it has many different types. Okay, the main type we are going to learn is huruf al jar. Jar means jar. The word jar means they give a kasra to the last letter of the word after them, right? We know that this is a dhamma. Okay, if it is like kitabu, okay, you say kitabu, this is a dhamma. If I give a fatha, it is kitaba. But if there is a kasra below it, it is kitabi. Okay, this is kitabu, kitaba. I'm just writing the. Let me write this. This is kitabu, and this is with a fatha. Okay, and this is a kasra. And some people in Urdu, if you have learned in Urdu, they say zabar, zair, and pesh. Okay, for jar it is zair. Okay, this is the one which we are going to learn today. Okay, so jar means kasra or zair to the word. Okay, so this is kasra. That is why it is called as huruf al jar. Jar means they give a kasra to the last letter of the word, like kitabu, kitab. It was kitabu or kitaba, but it became kitabi because of the huruful jar, the letters, the prepositions. And what are the prepositions which we are going to learn now? And Arabic. So these are the prepositions. First is ila, ala, bi, and fi. You all please repeat after me. You don't have to unmute yourself, just repeat after me. Say ila is to or towards, ala is on or upon, b is in or with, and fi is in. You all can repeat after me. You can, if you want, if there is no disturbance near you, you can unmute yourself and say it out loud. Ila, to or towards. Please.
Ila,
To or towards. Ala, on or
ala,
upon, on or upon, be in or with,
or
fi,
with,
fi is in. Okay, please mute yourself. There's disturbance. Jazakallah khairan. So ila, ala, bi, and fi. And I will also post a video if you want to remember it in a song way, like if it's easy. My daughters have done that, so I'll post that video of my daughters, inshallah. It's a fun way to learn the Arabic prepositions like ila, ala, bi, fi. Okay, so there are two sets of prepositions. We are learning the prepositions part 1. That is ila, to or towards. Ala is on or upon. Bi is in or with, and fi is in. Okay, the 4 prepositions which we are learning is ila, ala, bi, fi. Repeat after me 3 times. Don't unmute yourself because there's disturbance. Ila, ala, bi, fi. Ila, ala, bi, fi. Ila, ala, bi, and fi. The above words are always followed by a noun or a pronoun. Okay, ila, ala, bi, fi, they're always followed by a noun or a pronoun. They have their own meaning and have an effect on the following noun or pronoun. What is the effect? Their effect on the noun is that they will convert the dhamma, the pesh, on the last letter into a kasra, that is the zer, right? If it was kitabu, it becomes kitabi. Okay, like for example, the word Allahu, right? Allahu, it is the not like the word Allahu, but if you have a fi before it, like, right, so it becomes fillahi. Okay, look at this. This was Allahu, but because there is a huruful jar fi before it, it becomes fillahi, and the meaning is fi is in, so in Allah. Okay, fi plus word Allahu becomes fillahi, in Allah. And then we have the second preposition is bi plus kitabun. Okay, it becomes bi kitabin. It became a kasra. And notice that if there could be like a single dhamma, or there could be a double dhamma, right? That is the tanween, right? Un, bun, ban, and bin. Or it could be ba, bu, and bi, right? So if it is kitabun, it becomes kitabi, kitabin. If it was kitabu, it becomes kitabi. Okay, so single dhamma will become single kasra. Double dhamma, the double dhamma, the tanween will become kasra tanween. Okay, that is the difference. Are you all following it? Any questions? If there is any question, please stop and ask me. Okay. Next is ala plus the word al-ardu. Ard is earth. Okay, and alal ardi, it becomes a majroor. Okay, this is alal ardi, on or upon the earth. Ila plus rasulun, it becomes ila rasulin. Okay, towards a prophet. Notice that the word Allahu became fillahi, kitabun becomes bi kitabin, alal ardu becomes alal ardi, ila rasulun becomes ila rasulin. Now tell me, if you have fi plus kitabun, what will it become together? Fi plus kitabun.
Fi
What does it become?
kitabillahi.
Fi kitabin.
Kitabin.
Very good, mashallah. If I say bi plus the word Allahu, what does it become?
Billahu.
Billahi.
Very good.
Billahi.
If I say ala plus kitabun, what does it become?
Ala kitabin.
Ala kitabin.
Mashallah, very good. If I say ila plus al ardu, what does it become?
Ilal
Ilal
ardi.
Ilal ardi. Okay, the people who are not able to say out loud or write it on the chat box, please write it on your book. Okay, please have a book or a piece of paper and a pencil in front of you and write it down. And if you make a mistake, then you don't have to worry, because we are learning. We all are learning. Even I'm learning here. Okay, so don't worry if you make mistakes. Just use the eraser and erase it and write the correct answer. Okay, so ila plus al-ardu becomes ilal ardi. And also please turn off your videos. I see some of them, I think by accident it has turned it on. Jazakallahu khairan. And then we have ala plus rasulun. What does this become?
Uli.
Ala plus rasulun. What does this become?
Ala maf'ulin.
Very good. Ala rasulin. Now you understand, right? What does these preposition do? They give a kasra to the last letter of the word. Okay, that is the only thing they change. Okay, if it was kitabun, it becomes kitabin. If it was Allahu, it becomes Allahi. If it was rasulun, it becomes rasulin. That is the only thing it does. And now like that was about the nouns. Okay, what about the pronouns? What are the pronouns? Does anyone know? We have learned it in our previous lesson. What is a pronoun? Yes, Sister Fauzia Omar.
I had a question. You said in the last table you said something majroor. What does that mean?
Yeah, that is what is majroor. The word, right? The word, if it becomes it was rasulun, okay, but because of the preposition ila, it gets a kasra, then this noun will become majroor. Okay, and I will tell you, if it was dhamma, it is called as marfu. Okay, just write this down. If it is like dhamma, this is the default one. By default, all the letters in Arabic are dhamma, that is marfu. Okay, you can write it down. This is called as marfu. Okay, and if it has a fatha on it, this is called as maftu. because fatha maftuh. Okay, marfu, not marfu, sorry, mansoob. I'm sorry. It is called as mansoob because it is nasab. Okay, so fatha, this is called as mansoob, and if it is a jar, this is called as majroor. This word, the whole noun is called as majroor because this has taken a kasra because of the huruful jar before it, and that is why it is called as jar majroor combination. Okay, you can just write it down. This is called as jar majroor because of the jar, huruful jar. This has made the noun majroor from what? Marfu. It was marfu before,
Yes.
which means it had a fatha before it. And now it became majroor because it has a kasra on it.
Kasra.
Is it clear, sister?
Yes. Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So,
So
only the nouns will be called majroor.
yes,
And
exactly.
the same for prepositions?
Yeah, the prepositions, these are called as huruful jar. The prepositions are called as huruful jar, and the combination like ala rasulin bi kitabin, that combination is called as jar majroor.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Good question, sister. Mashallah. So did you understand? Marfu is kitabu with a dhamma on it. Mansoob is the fatha on it. And majroor is the noun which has a kasra on the last letter. And the combination like ala kitabun, bi kitabin and all those things is called as jar majroor. The combination of huruful jar and a noun that becomes majroor is called as jar majroor combination. Okay? So this is called as jar majroor combination. I'll write it as JM, that is jar majroor. Okay? Now, that was the effect of the huruful jar on the nouns. What are the pronouns? Can someone tell me the pronouns which we learned in our previous lesson? You can write it down on your book also. The pronouns, whatever you learned. Anyone who want to say out loud the pronouns? Please raise your hands. Anybody who want to say what are the... Yes, yes, brother.
There are two types of pronouns that you taught us. Dhama'ir muttasila, dhama'ir munfasila. And there are 14 forms actually. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, anna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antumna, ana, nahnu.
Mashallah. Right. Okay, so the pronouns are huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. And also they are the detached pronouns. We also learned about the attached pronouns. They are hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, right? Ya, ni, and na, right? They are the pronouns which we learned in our previous lessons. Okay, you can just go back and look at the pronouns what we learned. So the effect of huruful jar is that it makes the noun majroor, in the sense it gives a kasra to the last letter of the noun. If it was kitabun, it becomes kitabin. If it was kitaba, it becomes kitabi, right? Rasulu becomes rasuli. But now what is the effect on the pronouns, right? About these prepositions is that they convert the dhamma on the first letter into a kasra. Okay, what did it do for the nouns? It changed the haraka on the last letter, right? If it was kitabu or rasulu, the last letter was changed into a kasra. This letter was changed into a kasra. Kitabu was changed into kitabi, or rasulun was changed into rasulin. The last letter was affected for the noun. But in case of pronouns, the first letter will be affected. Okay, if it was hu, it becomes he. If it was huma, then it becomes hima, fi hima. If it was hunna, then it becomes alayhinna. If it was hum, it becomes ilayhim. Did you get it? So the difference between what it does to the nouns and pronouns is, for the nouns, the last letter of the noun is changed into a kasra. Like kitabu becomes kitabi, rasulun becomes rasulin. But in case of pronouns, the first letter it gets a kasra. So be plus who becomes be he. Fi plus huma becomes fi hima. Okay? And ala plus hunna becomes alayhinna. And we have ila plus hum becomes ilayhim. Okay? If it was fi plus who, what does this become? Can someone tell me?
Fihi.
Fihi. Very good, mashallah. If it was be plus huma, what does this become?
Bihim.
Bihima. It is huma, right? So it becomes bihima. If it was ala plus hum, what does this become?
Alayhim.
Alayhim. Okay. And ila plus hunna becomes
Ilayhinna.
himna. Very good. So that is the difference. For the nouns, the last letter will become majroor, and for the pronouns, the first letter will become a majroor. Okay. So be plus who becomes be he. Be is with, and who is for the objects, it is it. Okay. So with it, fi plus huma becomes fi hima. That means with or in them. Them is huma is them for both of them, right? Ala is on or upon, and hunna is them for the females. So it becomes alayhinna, and we have ila plus hum becomes ilayhim. Now there is a note. Only these prepositions have this effect on only these third person pronouns. You have to remember, we have a lot of pronouns which we have learned. What are the other pronouns which we learned apart from these attached pronouns? Who, huma, hunna, and hum. Who, huma, hum. What about the other pronouns? What are they? You can write it down? Or you can...
Kakumakum.
Yeah, very good.
Kikumakum.
Kakumakum. And very good, right? Okay, mashallah, I'm seeing the answers on the chat box too. Mashallah, very good. So here, the pronouns are actually who, huma, hum. They are here. Ha, huma, hunna is here. Ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, right? So they are not here. Ka, kuma, kum, and ki, kuma, kunna, right? Kunna and kum are not here. And na, the pronoun na, ya or na, they are also not here, right? That they are the attached pronouns. Okay, so these four prepositions, ila, ala, bi, and fi, have effect on only these four pronouns: who, huma, hum, and hun, and not on hunna, and not on these pronouns. These pronouns will not get affected. Okay, you have to remember. So ila, ala, bi, and fi have effect on what are the four pronouns? Who, huma, hum, and hunna, but not on the rest of the pronouns like ha, ki. And if I take the examples, you'll understand. So don't get worried or overwhelmed that, oh, what are we learning? Inshallah, I'll take the examples. You'll understand, inshallah. Now, note that there is a sukoon. You know, the sukoon in you have learned in Urdu as jazam. This is jazam, right? This is called as sukoon in Arabic. Okay. The sukoon is placed on the ya of ila and ala when these are attached to the pronouns. So like, for example, ala plus hunna, according to us, it should have been ala hunna, or ila plus hum should have been ilahum. But why is there ya here, right? Alayhinna, ilayhim, right? Why is this? This you have to make a note that a sukoon is placed on the ya. Ila is there, right? So then when it combines with a hum, the ya will have a sukoon, and you read it as ilayhim and not ilahum. Okay, and ala plus hunna, this ya will have a sukoon, and you read it as alayhinna and not alahunna. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? So ala and ila, this ya will have a sukoon, and it becomes ilayhim and alayhinna, like ilayka, alayhi, or other pronouns, alaykuma, alaykunna, and all those things. Let's take the examples.
Can you repeat about these prepositions?
Yeah, what, sister?
Can you repeat about the sukoon and other ila, ala? I have not understood well.
Yeah, okay, sister, I'm going to repeat that. So this note says that ila, right? When this is ila, okay, and if it gets attached to hum, ila plus hum, like for us, we think it as like ilahum. Okay, you might think that it could be ilahum, but in Arabic, if there is a ya and it gets attached to any word after it, then this will have a sukoon. Okay, to get attached to him, it becomes ilayhim. Notice the difference between these two. It is not ilahum, this is ilayhim, right? The ya is having a sukoon, and what it does is, sorry, so what it does is it gets attached to the word. So in order to attach to this word, what they do is they put a sukoon to this word, and then it gets attached like this, ilayhim. It's not different like ilahum, alahunna. No, it is ilayhim, alayhinna. Is it clear, sister?
I've
Who asked it?
understood. I have understood. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sister. No problem. Anybody else who have any question, who didn't understand this? Let me check the chat box. Okay, all clear. So this was about ila, ala, bi, fi, and the effect hu, huma, hum, and hunna. The following are the examples of prepositions with nouns and pronouns. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. And the examples of prepositions with nouns are amanna billahi wa bil yawmil akhiri. Now tell me what is the huruful jar and what is the noun, that is majroor. Okay. You can, very good. Billahi, right? So what was it? It was the word bi, the word Allahu. It became billahi because of the huruful jar. What? Bi, right? Bi plus the word Allah becomes billahi. Any other prepositions do you see here? Any other?
Bil yawmil.
Very good, mashallah. Bil yawmi, right? What was it before? What was the word yawmi before? It was
Yawmu.
yawmu, because by default all the Arabic letters will have a dhamma. Okay, it was yawmu. Because of the word bi, it became bil yawmi. And billahu is in Allah, billahi, and bil yawmi in the last day. Okay, bil yawmi. Okay, everyone. Next is waqatilu fi sabilillahi. Which is the word here?
Sabile.
Which one? Sorry?
Fi.
Fi. Because of fi, what is happening? Sabilu. It was sabilu, right? It became sabili because of the word bi. Fi. Fi sabili. In the way, right? Sabil is a way, right? In the way. Fillahi, sabilillahi is in the way of Allah. So because of fi, sabilu became sabili. Ala qulubihim wa ala sam'ihim.
Wa ala.
Ala.
Allah.
Right? What is happening because of ala? What was it? It was qulubuhum. It was qulubu. But it became qulubi. And you have to look at the last letter, okay? Qulubuhum was there. It became qulubihim. Wa ala sam'ihim. It was sam'uhum. It was sam'u. Okay? And it became sam'i because of the word ala. Okay? Ila and ala. And upon qulub, qalb is a heart. Qulub is a plural. Upon their hearts. And wa ala sam'ihim. Sami'un is, the sam'un is hearing. Sam'ihim is their hearing. Okay? So these are the effect of, there's one more. Ila shayatinihim.
I have question, sister.
Yes, sister?
For qulubihim, we don't
Mhm.
consider him and just
Yeah,
qulub.
yes, sister. I will explain that in coming lessons, inshallah. That's a very good question. Mashallah, just hold on for a few more classes. Inshallah, we'll learn why is it kulubihim and not kulubum. For now, just remember that the effect of the huruful jar is only on the next letter after it. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Ila shayatinihim. So it was shayatinuhum. It became shayatinihim because of the word ila, to their satans. Now, let me take some more examples of huruful jar, inshallah. Then we'll have a better understanding, inshallah. And these prepositions have occurred 432 times in the Quran. They are like most repeated words in the Quran. So let me take some examples. Let's take Suratul Kahf. Okay. Alhamdulillahilladhi. Now tell me which is Huruful Jar here.
Lillahi.
Lillahi.
and
Very good. Li plus the word Allahu becomes lillahi.
Allah.
Li is for, oh sorry, actually we didn't do more prepositions. Let's do the examples later. So we just did ila, ala, bi and fi, right? I'm sorry. Note the effect of prepositions on nouns. Examples of prepositions with pronouns, right? That was the effect of prepositions on the nouns. Now we are learning the effect of prepositions on the pronouns. Fala ithma alayhi. Now tell me, ithma alayhi. What is the preposition and a pronoun? Huruful jar and a alayhi.
Allah.
What was it before? It was ala plus the pronoun
Ala
who,
plus
right?
T. Yes.
Yeah. So it becomes alayhi. And notice that there's a sukoon on the ya. It's not alahu, it's alayhi. Okay? So that the meaning is upon him. Okay? Now, yahdi bihi kathira.
Bihi.
Bihi.
What was it before? It was the huruful jar bi
B
plus
plus
the
who.
pronoun who, right? With it.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Now we have fala khawfun alayhim.
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 Very good. This was
Ala.
again ala
Ala plus him.
whom. It was the pronoun whom before. And here in case of pronoun, the first letter is affected. The first letter will become majroor. It becomes alayhim. But in case of noun, the last letter of the noun will become majroor. Fi kitabin. Okay? So this is upon them. إِذْ بَعَثَ فِيهِمْ رَسُولًا.
Fi plus whom.
Very good, mashallah. The pronoun fi plus, the preposition fi and the pronoun whom, this becomes fihim. Okay? Whom becomes him, fihim, in them. ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ يُرْجَعُونَ.
إليهم.
Ila plus who.
Very good. So the word is, the preposition is ila and the pronoun is who. It becomes ilayhi. And ila is towards and who is him, towards him. Next is la junaha alayhinna fi abaihinna.
عليهن آبائهن.
Alayhinna abaihinna.
So what was alayhinna before? The pronoun? What was the pronoun?
Ala plus who. Like hunna.
Very good. It was hunna and it became alayhinna because of the preposition ala. And there's one more. Do you see one more with the noun? Any other preposition?
Fi.
Fi. Very good. Fi. And what is the effect of fi?
Abai.
Very good. It was aba'uhunna. There was a dhamma here. But because of the huruful jar, it becomes aba'ihinna. So alayhinna. What is the translation? Alayhinna. What is the translation of ala plus hunna? Ala is on or upon.
On
and
them.
hunna is them.
On
And
them.
yes, very good. On them. Fi aba'ihinna, in the forefathers. Okay? That is for the noun. So these are the effect of prepositions and noun, and the exercise and the homework would be recite the Quran. As I said, every day, every single day, recite one page of Quran with translation. You can either use corpus.quran.com, which I have shared the link. If you want, I can share it again. Please go through that and at least just one page a day. Open it and you can read the translation side by side. And also the grammar is also given in the corpus. You can look at the grammar too. Okay? So that would be the homework. You have to go through the lesson and try to find more examples from the Quran. Let's do some more examples from the Quran. Like, let's take this. Let's take Surah Al-Baqarah. Oh, this is actually... Should I do lesson 8 also, or is this enough for you? Do you want to learn some more prepositions, prepositions 2 as well? Because it's a small chapter. What do you say? Do you want to learn, or
I would say please do it in the next class, because people like me, I'm working and I'm at the lunch break and it's for me, it takes so much time to practice. And
No
this is
problem.
my first time taking classes, so everything is very new. I'm still catching up on the first 2 classes that I missed, so I'm still reviewing those.
No problem, sister. Jazakallah khairan for your review. Inshallah, I will just like stop the lesson. I will just take only today's lesson number 7. Inshallah, in the next class, we'll learn some more prepositions. That is part 2, inshallah. For now, just let's take some examples. Let's take Surah Al-Fatiha. Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now tell me, what is the preposition which we learned here?
B.
B, right? What is the change happening here? Bismi.
Ismu.
Bismi.
Very good. It was ismu. It became bismi because of the huruful jar B. Bismi is in the name. Okay. Very good. MashaAllah. And now let's take short surahs and you will have a better understanding, inshallah. Now let's take Surah Lahab. Okay. So here we have fi jidiha hablum mim masad. So here fi jidiha. What is happening? Yeah, fi is a huruful jar. Very good. See, this corpus Quran is so amazing, right? Sometimes like you can't touch the Quran. You can just go to corpus.quran.com and then open the short surahs. At least you can start with short surahs and learn the meaning as well, right? Jeed means neck. It was jidu. Okay, it became jidi because of the huruful jar fi. Very good. Now let's take Suratul Falaq. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. Now tell me which is the word here? Which is the huruful jar? B, right? What was the rab before? How was it? The plural form? Rabbu, right? Because of the huruful jar B, it became bi rabbi, like in the Lord. Okay? And then we have, let's take Suratul Nas. Again, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas.
B. Rabbi.
Right? Very good. Fi sudurin nas. Fi. Very good. It was suduru. It became suduri. You can see the last letter because of fi. Fi sudurin nas. Okay? Let's take Surah Quraysh. Li ila fi Quraysh. Sorry, not this, not li. We have not yet done that li. Okay. I'm taking Surah Fil. Alam yaj'al kaidahum fi tadlilin. Now, which is the word here?
Fi.
Fi is huruful jar. What is the effect of fi?
Tadlilu.
Tadlilin. It became tadlilin because of the fi. وَأَرْسَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ طَيْرًا أَبَابِيلَ. Now tell me which is the huruful jar again you see here? Alay. Very good. And the good thing about this corpus.quran.com is like the huruful jar are marked in red. So you understand, like, when you open the Quran, fi tadlil, you see fi is a huruful jar and they've written here, huruful jar, preposition. And it is marked as P, like this is in red. And wa arsala alayhim, the ala, this is also marked in red, right? Ala plus hum becomes alayhim, upon them, okay? And don't worry about the translation because every different translators have different translations. So just don't worry about the translation. Just concentrate on the words now. Okay. Alayhim, right? It was ala plus hum. It became alayhim. Now, tarmihim bihijaratim. Now, what is the word? What preposition do you see here? Bihijaratim, right? B plus what is the effect of B?
Hijaratun.
Hijaratun, right? It was hijaratun. Now it became hijaratin because of the huruful jar B. B hijaratin is with stones. Hijaratun. Hajar, right? Hajar is the stone. Very good. And let me take some let me any other surah do you want to prefer? Do you want me to open any surah? Just take a random surah. Say a surah. Just say any surah. And we can look at the prepositions. And I'm teaching you how to look for the prepositions from the Quran. Let's take, which is the surah which you recite every single day? Like that is, let's take Surah Mulk, which you recite every single night. Inshallah, hope you're reciting. That is, okay, let's take Surah Mulk. Surah Mulk. Okay. And let's see if there is a huruful jar there. Tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulk. Do you see a huruful jar? Yeah. The preposition is bi. Yadu becomes yadi. Okay. Because of the preposition he, bi. Biyadihil mulku wa huwa ala kulli. Which is again the preposition? Ala. Because of ala, kullu becomes kulli because of ala. Very good. Then وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. What are the other words which we learned from our previous lessons here? وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. What did we learn? Pronouns. Do you remember the pronouns? Huwa, huma, hum. Right? Let's all learn all the pronouns as well. وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ. Right? We learned about huwa. Is he. Right? Is it clear? Now? ما ترى في خلق الرحمن رحماني في خلقي, right? In the creation, right? في خلقه became خلقي. Okay? Yeah. And then إليك البصر. إليك البصر. Min we are going to learn in the next lesson, that is the next set of prepositions, preposition 2. For now we are learning preposition 1. إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. Ila. What? Ilaika. But do you see why is it not becoming ilaiki? Why is it ilaika? I've explained it.
In ka it will not change.
Very good. What are the pronouns that get affected from ila, ala, bi, fi? What are the pronouns that get affected by ila, ala, bi, and fi? Only hu, huma, hum, and hunna. Okay, those are the only pronouns that get affected. Hu, huma, hum, and hunna. Like the rest of the pronouns, ha, ka, kuma, kum, they don't get affected. Ilaika, it will not become ilaiki. Okay, only hu, huma, hum, and hunna will change. So ilaika will remain the same. Ilaika is to you. Wa huwa hasir. Again, you have huwa here. And now we have وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيهَا. Now what is the B is there? Huruful jar. We are going. Okay. رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. Li we haven't learned yet. بِرَبِّهِمْ. B, right? بِرَبِّهِمْ. Because of the B. See, subhanallah, these prepositions and pronouns are so many in the Quran. I think there are like thousands of pronouns and hundreds of huruful jar in the Quran. Any ayah you take, at least 1 or 2 prepositions and pronouns, you find it in that line, inshallah. So just open the Quran with the translation. For a beginner, I would say corpus.quran.com is amazing. It's very good because they have marked it in red, the prepositions and the pronouns, and in different colors. So you will understand what exactly the pronouns are. Now we have إِذَا أُلْقُوا فِيهَا. What is this? Is it a preposition? What about fiha? What about fiha? Yeah, right. Fiha is a preposition, but it is not changing, making any change to the pronoun ha. Why? Because these ila, ala, bi, fi make the change to the only 4 pronouns: hu, huma, hum, and hunna. Is it clear? Rest of the pronouns will not change. Fiha, therein. Okay. Wahiya tafur. And then we have again fiha. There's one more fiha. Fi dalalin kabir.
Fi dalalu, it became dalalin.
Very good, mashallah. Dalalin, because of the huruful jar, fi. Okay, so it makes the noun majroor, and the pronoun, the first letter is become kasra. So the homework would be just go through the Quran and try to find the ila, ala, bi, and fi. I'll stop here and I'll take the question.